Hey guys, William Murfitt here. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to a nice little fun video. So a friend of ours, his name is Crazy John, he's a good family friend. He has asked me if I can wire in a horn to his truck. So he has a work vehicle and he wants to put a Novelty horn as an addition to the standard horn. So today we're going to be creating a wiring loom and creating a circuit to get this horn to work. So this is the horn in question. It's like a klaxon, and I'm going to show you how to wire this into your vehicle safely. Is the key here. So yeah, let's get into it. Okay, so for this job for wiring in this Novelty horn, we're going to need a horn. We're going to need a selection of wire. I'm going to go for red for positive, black for negative. I'm going to need a fuse. I'm going to need a fuse holder. I'm going to need a switch. So we've got a little toggle switch. I'm going to use some wire strippers, an electrical crimping tool, and last but not least, electrical connectors. Now the whole purpose of this is to have this Novelty horn running in situ with the current horn. The vehicle has to have a roadworthy horn. This alone will be deemed as illegal. I'm not quite sure the legal side of things, if it's on the horn or on the car or not, whether it's legal or not, but provided you have a standard horn for MOT purposes, that is going to be fine. So hey, how is it going to work? So the back of the horn, I have two electrical connectors. One is a positive, one is a negative. So the negative is pretty straightforward. That is going to get attached to the negative side, and that's going to get attached to the ground of the car, i.e. the body or the negative side of the battery. Undecided yet. Next up, we're going to need a switch. So the switch is going to get mounted onto the dashboard. It's a toggle switch, two-way, and there's four connectors on there. The bottom two are for a light at the bottom, which we don't particularly need. So for argument's sake, here's how it's going to work. The positive is going to be connected to the horn. That's then going to come to the top of the switch. And then the positive to the battery is going to get attached to the middle. So we're going to have permanent live going to the switch, and only when you create the rocking motion, it will then create the circuit, and then the horn will work. Now I can't leave it just like this, because you'll end up with a surge of power. You'll probably kill the switch and the horn. So the best thing to do for safety purposes, because you don't want to cause any fires or anything like that, is putting an inline fuse in. So the fuse is going to get connected to the cable going to the switch, straight to the battery. It's then going to be joined to the battery, and then that whole system will be fused. Now I'm going to be using like a 20 amp fuse, just to make sure it's got plenty of protection there, and that should work an absolute treat. Now unfortunately I haven't got any batteries in the garage to test this, so I've got to go outside to try it on the car. But it should be a relatively straightforward system, and as soon as that's connected to the battery and the switch is pulled, the horn should blare. So I've not yet decided the best way to attach this to the car. Now the car in question is a Ford Transit, it's a pickup truck, and it's not here as yet. So I'll have to go down to his house later on this evening to take a look. So I know he has got some switches and toggle switches exactly the same as these in the center console above the stereo. So there obviously is wiring, or there is the route to wire things through there. One of which I think is a beacon on the roof, and the other one maybe a heated windscreen, possibly. So I'm going to take a step drill with me. Now that is going to be able to get the hole drilled out to attach this switch in. So that's going to be nice and neat throughout the panel. Now with those attached, it's just a case of then getting the lead in through the car, down underneath the carpet, which is like a rubber floor mat, up underneath the driver's seat to the battery. So connect the cable to the battery, make sure it's fused, and make sure probably they have the fuse under the seat as well to make sure it's just for ease. And then I've got one piece of wire going all the way through up into the dashboard to connect to the switch. In my head it's working really well, it's just in practice whether that will work the same. So tested this now on the bench or in the car, it's working a treat. I've got every bit of faith. but I've just got to make sure that when we get out there this evening, I've got all the tools here because it's a bit of a drive to get home again. And yeah, I think we're all good. So I'm sure he's gonna be willing to help. I'm sure at some point he's probably gonna scare the life out of me. And yeah, he's got the name Crazy John, and I'm sure he'll live up to it because he does every time I see him. And yeah, top guy, but he's a little bit crazy. So yeah, I'll leave this here, and I'll join you again when I get to his truck. See you in a bit. Right, here we are. This is the wagon of choice. Beautiful view. So up here on the dashboard we have a switch anyway. So I'm going to drill in the middle. So we've got 3 switches. One's for some sort of heater, one's for the beacons, and then one in the middle will be for the horn. I can then run the cable down underneath through the floor, and then coming up somewhere around there onto the battery. So I'm probably going to put the cable and the fuse back here so it's easily accessible, and then everything else will be hidden underneath this rubber floor and behind the dashboard. The weirder the better.
We had some bloody load on this morning. You know what I had to do? The back was that full. I had to put it in the cab and we got the bus home. You know what you're doing and everything. Right, do you want a cup of tea?
Yes, please.
Or coffee?
No, tea's fine.
How many sugars?
1, please.
You can have more, I've got loads.
No, 1's fine.
Is it?
Yes, perfect.
In a cup. Milk?
Yes, please.
Tea?
Tea bag, hot water, cup, 1 sugar.
Handle on the left or on the right?
I have no preference.
Bloody hell. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no preference, mate.
Well, just do it as you sure?
Yeah,
You don't mind?
No.
Alright, I'll do that then. Do you want a big cup or a little one?
Whatever.
Gosh, it's easy, aren't
I
it?
know.
Do you want a milky or...
Can I have it warm? Well, like a bit warmer than warm. Like, not too hot, but not too cold.
I'll tell you what I'll do.
A bit
I'll
of
boil
milk.
the kettle. I'll boil it to boiling and then put it in and then cool it down with a bit of milk.
Perfect.
Right. 1 sugar.
1 sugar, please.
All right, mate. Give me the key. Key. And then turn it that way. Turn it that way. And then it opens.
Magical.
When you take the key out, it's the aim now, so make sure you're doing it right.
Right, let's cut this. Oh, takeaway. Right.
Yeah, look at that. Nice stuff. Hang on, we've got a big button out there now. Ow, ow, ow. Ow! That's not good.
That's it. It just sits in there. Shouldn't go any lower. Sit in this side.
Yeah,
That's it. That's it, doesn't go any lower.
He used to go lower.
Yeah, that's it. Right, cool. Right, okay, so up here we've got the switch panel in. Nice evenly spaced, and when you put the switch on, the horn will work once I put the fuse in. It's all, the wires are all tucked up here, so you can see this red wire down here that comes underneath the floor. It comes out here, underneath this panel, up into an inline fuse, which then gets set to the battery. It's gone very dark, but what a beautiful night. So in the engine bay, just remove the air filter for now. And down here we have the klaxon horn. It's earthed to the body where the bolt goes through. I've drilled a hole into the inner wheel arch. The cables and stuff are all there. So let's stick this fuse in, hold it into the battery, and see what happens. Well, here we go. So we've got inline fuse. I've put a 15 amp fuse in there for now. We can always adjust it at a later date. The battery will then come up and attach to this up here. So let's attach the battery and undo this. There we go. Undo this nut. We should be able to attach that onto there to put that nut back on, and then we'll be ready to try it. Okay. Connected to the battery, fused, all run through. Right, you ready then, John?
Wait, just tidy up. Ready?
Ready. I'm ready.
That'll do me.
Happy?
Yes.
Yes. I'm pretty sure if you hold the button down, it's just continuous. Brilliant. Job done. And it's dark. Very dark. Works a treat.